Okay, in this set of really quick tutorials, we are going to make a slightly different style website. The layout is going to be ever so slightly different. So if you've seen the previous videos, you'll notice that I've made a site something similar to this, where you've got a banner at the top and you've got two buttons there, and then the main body content. On this next tutorial, what I'm going to do is make the design ever so slightly different. So I'm going to use a slightly larger banner which is going to span the top of the site, and I'm going to use a navigation bar in here instead of setting up the buttons individually. Okay, and then we'll put the thing on the bottom there. They're the main content within. So as before, what we need to do is find a site if you haven't done so already. Now if you have done this part, feel free to skip it. So if I go site, new site, I'm just going to call this Adventure World as an example. Now you can see it's saying, right, where is this site folder? Click on it. I'm going to go into my Digitech folder and I'm just going to click on the root, and then we're going to click save. Okay, so this sets then my local files here. You can see I've already created an assets folder inside here, and I've got my banner ready, set to go. So the first thing we are going to do, and this is quite important, I'm going to click on the website here and we're going to go file, new, and we're going to set a new HTML document. Now be mindful, when you click on HTML, click on Bootstrap, you're going to create a new Bootstrap and then take the tick out of this include pre-built and then just click create. Now what's done, as it did before, is it brings you up a lovely blank page. You can see I've got the properties here, which is docked. If this properties is not here for whatever reason, click on the window and then click on properties here. You are going to need this, so make sure you have that. Sometimes it'll appear like this, undocked. If it is, I always like to dock it in the bottom, so just click, hold down and drag it down to the bottom. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do, if you remember in the last tutorial, we had the banner in the middle because we added in a div and then we put a div within a div. We're not going to do that this time. So the first thing I'm going to do on this one is I am going to just go file, save as, and I'm in this root folder now. I'm going to go into the website and I'm going to call it template. And what I'm also going to do is just move these two here, the CSS, and moving them all, and then I'm clicking update as well. Okay, so I'm moving all of those inside my website folder so that any of the links and the repositories then come in. Okay, so first of all, we've got a template page. Let's save all, so that's everything saved, that's good. You can see I've still got my Bootstrap here and various other bits and bobs on the top. These are essentially extra components which will go then on my design. Okay, so as I said in the previous video, you have a code view, a split view and a live view. We are going to be predominantly working in the live view today, but we will split back down to the split view rather, and as the videos go on we might need to go into various different modes depending on what we add in. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to click in this body here. This body is highlighted on the top. If you can't see this for whatever reason, all you need to do, click on the DOM on the side here and then click on body, and then you'll know you're in the right option here. So you can see I've got the body there, we've got the head, and if I click on the body there, it comes back up and you know I'm highlighted there. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert an image. So if I go to insert, I'm not going to do it as a Bootstrap component. I'm going to do it in a slightly different way. So if I click on HTML, and what we're going to do on this one is I'm going to click on image. Now it's going to ask me, right, where's the image? Well, it's in my asset folder, and it's here, banner, and with a bit of luck, save all, should come in with me. Now then, strange. Okay, now if this happens, I'm just going to close this down and then I'm going to open it back up. And there you are, it's come back up. Sometimes this happens in Dreamweaver. I don't know if it's a bug or something to do with the Windows system, but essentially you can see it is there. Now with this banner, it was 2000 pixels wide. It's not the best banner, it's something I just took off the internet very quickly and stretched it out. You can see it's quite large and it's going off the side of the website. Now one of the requirements is that we do not have any horizontal scrolling. Okay, we're allowed vertical scrolling, but we're not allowed horizontal scrolling. So what we need to do as part of the responsive site is if we click in here and on the actual image, click on the 3 dots next to it, and then what we're going to do is make it a responsive image, and that then will shrink this down. But what it also does is by being responsive, we can also, if we make this page smaller, you can see the image is responding to the environment. So it's resizing exactly as we want. The other thing we need to do with this is tell it, give it an alt tag. So this is a banner image, and the reason for that is essentially if let's say for example a user has got site difficulties or they are using a screen reader, then they can basically use the software to hover over the image and it'll read out what the image is. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to add in a navigation bar on this one. Now you'll notice that was slightly different to the one that I did before. In the previous video I added just a div and I put 2 buttons in. This one, slightly different video, so we can add a navigation bar in. So to do this I'm going to go to insert, I'm going to switch back to Bootstrap components, and we're going to look for the navigation bar. Now you'll notice I've got nav bar and navigation. What's the difference? So navigation is mainly buttons, navigation bar will contain the buttons in a nice little background. So if I click on nav bar and then I just want a basic nav bar on this one, but you'll notice there's a few options I can have. I can have a nav bar which is fixed to the top, and what that means is as I scroll down the page the navigation bar will always be on display. I can have a nav bar fixed to the bottom, so again as I scroll down it's always on the bottom, or I can have it so that it's going to be sort of underneath somewhere or wherever I put it, and that's the one we're going to go with now at the moment. Now if I click on this, you'll notice at the top here it said, right, do you want this before, after, or nested inside the image? So I could put it before, and if I put it before, look what it does, it just puts it now right at the top, which is nice. But if I press Ctrl Z to undo that, let's click on it again. I'm going to just put it after, and you can see it's put it in there for me. Now with this nav bar, you'll notice it is now stretched for the entire width. So if I just save this page for a second, if I go to File, Real-Time Preview, we'll use Firefox this one. So you can see this is a stretched navigation bar, so it's stretched the entire length, and this is one of the beauties really of doing a responsive or having a responsive design. When we go so small, you can see it's changed the look. So we can see now we've got a, what they call it, a hamburger, where you've got this option to expand and have different links in here. Now one thing that Dreamweaver does, which is lovely, is it does put this search functionality in here, but it won't actually work because we're not actually going to be submitting any search criteria. So I'm going to get rid of this. Now to get rid of it, I'm going to use this DOM, and you can see we've got something called form. If I clicked on this and then press delete, I could delete the components one by one, but I may as well click the form here, and if I right click on it I can delete, and then that removes it for me as well. Now by default you can see I have a few basically options showing me what different things look like. So you can see I've got home, I've got link, drop down, disabled. Now obviously I don't want to have any disabled items in my menu. I'm not going to have a drop down. This is going to be a very simple navigation bar, and you can see I've got nav bar here on the side. So if I want, I could type something over it, and we can even, if you want to, throw a little image in there as well instead. But I just put in your adventure. In fact, your adventure awaits. That's nice, isn't it? Okay, so let's get rid of this disabled here. So how do I do it? Well, if I click on this disabled, and I just click on the top here, the blue thing, to highlight it all. You can see it nav item there. If I actually just show you this really quickly. So what happens is these navigation items have properties applied to them. So this is basically .disabled, and that's been applied to this one here. Now if I get rid of this .disabled, you'll notice it comes back. So just by adding these properties in, if I just add in .disabled, it then disables it for me there as well, right? Now, obviously I don't want to do that, but I was just showing you that you can add in various different things. Now I'm going to get rid of the whole drop down, right? So to get rid of the whole drop down, I'm going to click on this nav item drop down and press delete on the keyboard. This disabled, we're actually going to change it. So I'm going to have a home page which will always link to my home. You can see that link, and we've got disabled, right? So let's get rid of this one entirely, because I'll show you then to copy more of these. So this link here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it, and you can see it's here, and you can see I've got nav item inside nav item, which is the whole thing. So what we're going to do is I'm going to click on this one here, this nav item, and if I right click and duplicate, you can see now it's made two of them. And what we can do then is we can change this, and we can put, instead of home link, we can then change it to be something else. So let's have a quick look. What can we do? Well, if we do, let's say for example, about, and then instructions as an example, you can see now we've got two links here, or two new links that we can actually use. And if I just preview this again, real-time preview, Firefox, you can see, whoop, if I make it bigger, you can see they're here now as well, which is nice. Okay, so what happens if you want to add some links in, or if we highlight these, right, if you highlight these, or if we go in the bottom here, you can see you've got link. Okay, so the home page is always going to be index.html. So if I type that in, press enter, the about, I'm going to just call this about.html, and then I'm going to go to the instructions, and then this one's going to be instructions.html. Press enter, save. So what I've done, I've just inserted my links here very quickly, so I know these will work. Now I haven't made the pages yet, that's going to be the next step, and I'll show you now what I'm going to do next. So we've added the image into the top, we've added a navigation bar. Let's put in some properties here. So let's add in, if we go back to Bootstrap components, let's just add in a container. Oh, now then you'll notice the container now has gone right to the top. Let me just undo that. The reason it's gone right to the top is because I was selected on the body, right? I was selected on the body here. Now, I want to put the container after the navigation, so I'm clicking on the navigation here in the DOM, and I'm going to click container, and now it's asking me, right, where do you want to put it? Well, I want to put it after. And you can see there I've got a blank container. Now, what I'm going to do just for now, I'm going to put a few more containers in. So after, and what this has done now is just put 3 containers in here for me. Now I'm just going to save this very quickly, so file, save, all, and then what we're going to do now is we're going to make the 3 pages. Now I'm going to go back to my files here on the top so you can see what's happening. So if I go file, save as, so what we're going to do is I'm going to call this index.html, and I'm going to click save, and then what I'm going to do in here is on the top one, I'm going to go to insert, and probably should have done this first, but never mind. So I'm going to type HTML there, and I'm going to put heading, we'll put heading 3 in here. We're going to nest it, put it inside, and we're going to say home page, right? Just so that we know which page we're on. File, save all. Right, I'm going to go file, save as, and now we're going to call this about. So you can see now, this now is called about. Let's remove that home page and say about us. File, save. Let's go again, file, save as. And next, I think it's instructions I said. Instructions. Now you notice I didn't put .html at the end of that one, but don't worry, I don't need to because it does it there for me. So let's change this to instructions. And then let's go File, Save. One more, File, Save As, and we're going to call this the game page. Now I haven't made a link to the game page because I'll link to that in a different way. File, Save All. Okay, so what I've got now are my different pages here, and just to show you, if I go File, let's go into, first of all click on the home page, let's go File, Real-Time Preview, let's go into Firefox. There we are, so this is the home page. Let's click on About, and you can see it's changed. Now I'm on the About us, click on the instructions, I'm on the instructions, let's go back to Home, and we're back there. So in this very quick video, we've set up a basic structure for the site, we've made the different pages for the site as well, and if you ever need to edit these, you can either just double click on them, and then it'll just go to the right one, or you can click on the tabs here on the top. And if you did, for example, close these off, let's close them, if you did double click on them, you'll notice they will open back up. Okay, so that is basically how you make a basic structure for your game using a nav bar instead of using buttons.